Hey guys, I'm going to live on the air. Well, this is a recording, but I'm going to, in real time, go through the process of forking a repository, which means making your own copy of it, downloading it to your machine, making some modification to it, committing that modification to your fork, and then requesting that your fork get merged to the original one. So this is, in a nutshell, the entire process of collaborating with open source software on GitHub. So I'm here looking at the Pixari Mud documentation. There is a contributors.markdown file, and it just has Pixari on there right now. And this says exactly what we want to do. Fork, add your info, and submit a PR. So what I'm going to do is add myself to this markdown file on my local machine by going through the whole process. This is the documentation repo, but if you needed to do this with the, for example, the Mud software repo, it's exactly the same process. So first what I'll do is I'll hit fork. I already did this once, so I already have a fork, so I need to not make another one. But basically what you would do here is name it in whatever GitHub username you have, and add a description here if you really want to. But create a fork is going to create a repo in your own stuff. So I'm going to go look at my repositories because I already have one. Hey, you should look at McRogueface. That's my favorite repo. Okay, and in my repos, Pixari Mud documentation. I didn't want a repo just called documentation in my folder, so I didn't name it that same thing. So I'm going to copy the clone link from my fork. So let's head to the terminal. I'll make this big for dramatic effects. And I'm going to say git clone this thing. So you can get this link. This should be your own username, and it's going to be your forked repository. And if you're using VS Code or something, you can put it in there wherever their git clone boxes to create this folder. So now I've created this folder. The folder is going to be named whatever you named your fork. And now I'm going to look at the files in there, and I want to edit contributors. So this is kind of a stand-in for anything you would do, like if you're adding functionality. Oh, look, our names are the same length. That's pretty cool. If you're adding functionality to the game, you now have the code copied. You can make whatever changes you want. That doesn't mean that they're going to get accepted that same exact way, but it does mean that you should be able to run the software, break it, fix it, test it, and that's just on your computer. So let's do this modification. Python, Linux, that looks good. And about me, what should I say? I probably should have thought of this before I hit record, huh? I'll probably just say something like, I really have no idea. What should I say about me? Naming things is like the hardest thing. Wow. This suddenly became a very boring video. It's just writer's block, huh? Well, let's just say like self-hosting. What else do I do? And I know this will work for the markdown table. Personally, it kind of breaks my heart that the table doesn't line up, but I am not going to have that much heartburn over it. That's better than changing all of the lines and making the your commit have a change to every line in it. So I'm just going to change that. And if I look at git status, we can see I have a modification. I'm going to add that file. You might do that in VS Code or something by checking off the file. Then I'm going to make a commit. So you can add whatever files you want and make a single commit. A commit is like one little package which should have some theme to its functionality. So I'm going to put here, add John McCardle as contributor. And I'm going to write that file. You might have a text box for your commit message. So now I have this additional commit. So here is the commit that's on the official repo, and that has this commit point which says origin/head. That's what's on GitHub right now. My head on my local computer, my commit that I'm looking at, is the new commit I just made, which has the message that I just put on there. And now I'm going to do a git push. This will send that additional commit to GitHub, and now Origin has me as, or matching up with that commit with me added as a contributor. Great. So now let's go back to GitHub and reload my fork of the repo. So we can see that what we see right now, there's a new message that says this branch is one commit ahead of Pixari Mud. So now I want to, what button do I need to put here? Contribute, open PR. So open pull request. A pull request is kind of a GitHub specific concept that exists across all web front ends to Git, like GitLab or Git now. But you can't really do this from the command line because it's specific to the website we're using to share. It's not really a Git functionality. But I'm going to say open PR and yes, review the code of conduct. Yes, I will do that. You guys can review the code of conduct when I submit that pull request, which is coming up shortly. So what this says now is add me as a contributor. That's my commit message. I'm just going to say create pull request, and it suggested Pixari as a reviewer. Sure. Until we change the guidance there, that seems perfectly great. So I'll hit create PR, and now this pull request is in the queue in GitHub for someone else to review it. So when a reviewer comes by, and I think I'm actually allowed to do it because I see this thing here. However we want to do it with the commit history, when that merge is approved by an approver in the documentation repo, that commit, which I originally created on my computer and sent to my fork in GitHub, is going to be added to this repo in GitHub, and it will be on the official Pixari Mud organization's repository. So I know that's compressed, but you know, that's really all there is to it. It's a lot more complicated when there is a conflict, which I'm sure I'll be doing a video on before long at all. But the main idea here is if your pull request contains code that we don't want to commit, we can continue to work on it. We don't have to close the pull request. We don't have to shut it down. You can add more commits and work on a pull request collaboratively with the organization you're sending it to without just deleting it. So happy to do that. Happy to help you guys unbork your merges or fix those conflicts. But the main goal of this contributors file is just to encourage you to try out the steps, play this video back, go ahead and send me a direct message and make a commit. And I will see you on the contributors list. Bye, guys.